Fuck yeah. Steak, baby. Fuck.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Monday, baby. I mean Tuesday.
Oh,
wow,
you
really stopped.
Well, because I didn't want it to... I don't know why it started.
You didn't want to start with the word fuck.
It's
You
fine.
just didn't
It's
want
not
to use
about
the
the
word
word
fuck.
fuck. It's not
Now I
about
gotta
the word.
redo the whole beginning of the podcast.
I have to redo the beginning of the podcast.
This is the beginning of the podcast.
Video, audio, take 2.
Marker!
This is the first time we've had a take 2 for the podcast.
had
We're
take 2
normally
last
one
episode.
take Jake.
Damn it!
You're throwing off his rhythm!
Hey everyone, welcome to the Packcast. I'm Jeremy Van Suarez.
I'm Jacob Wade.
I'm Logan Riley Turner.
Jesus
What is
Christ,
what's happening?
what took that so long?
I don't know, I want to keep the people in anticipation.
You know what?
Who knows, maybe we're going to have a guest burst out from behind the curtain.
Don't give them false hope like that.
Hey, you want to keep them in anticipation so they always think the curtain might reveal someone. But it never does until it does.
For the viewers at home, Jacob has spilled a little bit of water on his pants. So that sounds like we need to clean up around the house.
Oh, perfect transition. A little housekeeping. We released an interview this week with Tia Kasmira, an old friend of Jacob, Jeremy's, and mine from high school. We got to reconnect with working on Little Tramp Productions, Zoom for Change, specifically the story. So it's really great to have Tia as a part of our little collective, our little family. We're so thankful that she's going with us on this little journey.
Cheers.
Cheers
Cheers.
to you, Tia.
Ah, here's to Tia. Here's to Tia.
We didn't clean. There we go.
Woo!
To Tia.
Other than that, we released Stay last week.
Yeah.
Excellent video, by the way.
Thank you.
Not really much else housekeeping wise. There might be some behind the scenes coming soon. Keep your eyes out for more interviews. Do the do. Yeah, keeping it simple this week. We're kind of low key this week.
Yeah.
It's like week 2 weeks.
Well, this last week was a little rough to be on social media.
Oh
to
yeah.
use,
We do have to start with kind of a tough topic.
Yeah. So this Astroworld incident, there were a lot of people at this concert, at this festival out in Houston.
Yep.
Eyewitness say that security wasn't enough and EMTs weren't enough, and 8 people died.
Like there weren't enough people working.
100 more injured and cardiac arrest.
There were too many people there and not enough people. Like, they went over capacity because people were breaking down fences.
That
and,
really makes me upset.
Biting their way in.
Because it was already 100,000 people sold out. And
sold out. You know what that means?
A group of people decided to break down through a chain link fence.
They're
and it
at
looked like a
already.
lot of people got in. And at that point, people were already being trampled as well. So
Yeah,
it was already sad
problem.
to see that. Yeah.
This is a little different than when we had our conversation about the Rust set, because a lot of the details about like the Rust set really haven't finalized coming out. A lot of the details about Astroworld are sort of kind of already public knowledge. There were a lot more eyewitnesses. There's a lot more video footage.
Yeah.
There's video footage of things happening here, so it's a little easier to
There's
kind
not
of,
much mystery to it.
It's just
we're not speculating here like we are still speculating, but it's based on stuff that we've seen
it's a
with
lot
our
less
own eyes.
like what happened and a lot more of
how should we go about this?
Who was responsible at the end of the day for the things that
I
happened.
would like to talk about that.
Sure.
I don't want to place any blame here right now, right? I will say that Travis Scott has, in his career, supported the kind of activity that happened. Like, he wants his shows to be the craziest.
It's
you
his
know?
brand.
He wants
That's been
it
his
to
brand
be
for a while.
I don't know if you saw the Netflix documentary "Look Ma, I Can Fly."
No, I didn't.
But he was encouraging that kind of behavior, like his fans climbing structures to get better views and like stuff like that, and it's dangerous behavior to encourage as a person with such influence.
I think people should just do it responsibly, though, because, like, Logan and I have been to a bunch of heavy metal concerts, and they encourage that same type of energy, but, you know, it's not, you know, the crowd isn't comparable.
I would also differentiate between, like, the activity that's happening in a mosh pit, which, like, I'm done with the argument of, because I've been seeing it so much online, like, this wouldn't happen in metal spaces, or, like, oh, this is such a rap thing. It's rap people don't know how to mosh. No. It's, this specific situation is what we're talking about when we talk about that. So just in general, there is etiquette for mosh pits, I found at both rap shows and metal shows, that most people tend to follow it, and that etiquette is if somebody gets knocked down, you back up and you help them get back to their feet. You make sure they're okay and you keep going. That's just common courtesy. Right. It's common decency. The fact that there were people who died being crushed by other people.
Like stampeded or like...
And then once that happened, that the concert kept going for another half hour is where I start to take a lot of issue.
There was an event... last month at that same venue that got canceled. I think it was a Playboi Carti concert. It got canceled before it began because there were so many people outside the stadium who didn't have access.
We're like fighting to get in.
Yeah,
it's I get it. People want to see shows. We've been inside for a long time. People want to get out there, but there's a line when it comes to like human life is kind of just the long and short of it. There were so many opportunities for things to not go this bad, and it was just kind of a failure on all fronts. And I'm not saying that all the blame needs to be placed on Travis Scott.
No, it's not solely his fault, but you know, it's management, it's the organizers of the festival.
This is a Live Nation problem. Live Nation has had these problems in the past. Like, this is an issue with the organizers of this event not preparing for the fact that people are going to really want to see this show, and then not responding adequately to
kind of
things that were happening.
Travis's apology. Travis's apology.
Let's talk about it. What did you think? Because I have my thoughts.
Well, I thought it was insincere. I thought it was half-assed, like improvised, not thought out. Like,
see, it felt
ingenuine. Like, he was just like,
it felt like
I gotta make this video. I can't believe I have to make this video. I don't want to make this video. I'm so in distress.
I felt like a publicist like just handed him a piece of paper and was like, "This is what you say."
I don't know. He didn't even really say much.
It was just, like, I'm devastated. It's heartbreaking.
How about you apologize and take some responsibility?
Yeah, I think that's been my biggest issue with the whole thing. Is
not just throwing money at the problem too.
Oh yeah. So the apology reminded me a lot of a controversy that happened like 2 months ago with DaBaby, where he said some stuff about the LGBTQ plus community, and then made this kind of apology that didn't really feel like an apology.
It was acknowledging what he did.
A week later was like, I didn't actually mean it. I just said it because my label told me to. Yeah. This feels like Travis Scott got off stage and was like, okay, what?
He apparently found out at Drake's after party. And he left the party right away when he found out.
But you can see paramedics moving through the crowd.
Yeah, well that's not uncommon for
that's what I keep like thinking, that like this is like a festival, like people passing out is not an uncommon thing.
Yeah.
You know? So when you're standing up there,
standing on top of paramedic trucks, dancing on top of paramedic trucks.
That's true.
That's the point that you're like, guys,
they're trying to do their jobs
chill
over there.
out.
Yeah, that's
people need to get out of here, not let's keep going, let's keep going, let's
not,
get
hey, they're having fun.
Yeah.
It's not an ice cream truck.
Get crazy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
My heart really goes out to everyone in attendance there. hopefully concert organizers can do better in the future.
Yes. There's one more thing that I want to talk about in terms of the apology. Is that Travis Scott offered everyone who went to the concert a month of therapy on BetterHelp.
It's like, I'm teaming up with BetterHelp
to give you 1 free month. Use code Cactus Jack.
Which I
use code Astroworld to get a free month of therapy.
A lot of people, myself included, are not huge fans of BetterHelp. It's not the most reliable service when it comes to something that's so personal and really requires a lot of true empathy and not just someone like, oh wow, I'm so sorry.
That's gotta suck.
That sucks.
Totally, yeah.
But aside from that, it really it feels like another part of a publicity stunt. It feels like another like, oh, I'll pay for their therapy for this app,
big name,
and then they can sign up, and if they
capitalism,
use my code, it's like if he really like felt this way, it'd be like, I'll pay for these people's therapy.
Yeah.
Period. Not
send me the bill.
Yeah. Not I'm gonna pay for this for a month for the people.
No, send management the bill. You know, like.
I get it. It's a lot of people. I get it. It's a lot of responsibility. But when you get to that kind of echelon of fame and success, that like people really look to you for responsibility and leadership, and regardless of whether you feel that way or not, if you're claiming the spotlight, you've got to be ready for what comes with the spotlight. Mm-hmm. It's a tough situation.
Yeah,
it is. Really sad too.
Rest in peace to the people that lost their lives. There were heroes in that crowd that died saving other people. So.
Whew.
Yeah.
All right.
Ha!
Well, let's
awful to something a little lighter.
Yeah. This past week, Logan and I got
for your
the
birthday.
Opportunity. Yes, this past week for my birthday, Logan and I got the opportunity to see Eternals along with a bunch of other people.
Yes.
Sadly, Jacob didn't get to go with us.
We're gonna try and take you to see it this week.
Yes. So this will be a spoiler-free discussion about the Eternals.
Don't worry, no spoiler discussion will happen
no
in this
wheel,
podcast.
wheel.
No wheel. We're thinking about moving the spoiler cast to its own like video. So let us know.
We can
what
talk
you think
a long
about
time
that.
about some movies.
Yes,
you know?
we can. We can talk forever about movies. But for now, spoiler-free Eternals talk. Would you like to begin, or shall I?
Yeah. Okay. Oh wait, I was so ready to go into spoilers too. Okay.
You were like, all right, spoilers.
How about I interview you guys so I can be a part
yes,
of it?
yes.
Okay. Let's start with overall rating.
Overall rating?
No, we'll save that for the end, I guess.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Because I wanted you to like evaluate and then like break it down. But
be like, it's this because?
Okay, yeah. But okay, how about I start with cast?
I love this.
I like this cast.
Any
It's
standout
great.
performances?
All of them.
All of them. So it's a great ensemble.
Yeah.
This is a common theme in 2021.
Okay, I think
great ensemble pieces,
I think sometimes it falters.
But I think that's not the fault of the cast. I think if
No,
I'm
it's
talking
not the fault
strictly
of the
about
cast.
cast and acting,
Yes.
they all knocked it out of the park.
Direction?
Solid. It's a really beautiful
visuals.
film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really
For
deserves...
a Marvel movie, it's really pretty.
It really deserves to be seen in theaters.
They're pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it takes almost some cues from Man of Steel, some cues from like there's some really
Cut.
like gorgeous, huge, like these are God shots.
Yes.
Okay, good.
They do a good job of establishing how powerful they are the moment you look at them.
Yeah,
You're
okay,
like,
I love
okay,
that.
they're not the Avengers. These guys could knock somebody senseless.
Cool. Okay. So characters then.
I think in terms of writing, just in general, there's some issues that I have. And I don't want to blame anyone in particular because there's multiple writers on the film. So like Chloe Zhao had her say as a director, and then there were 2 other writers. But I personally think the writing... I am not a fan of some of the things that happen in the 3rd act, and so I don't love the way the film is.
I think that the script didn't take full advantage of some characters.
Agreed.
I think that some character relations could have been ironed out a little bit.
I felt like they all knew how they felt about each other, but we didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got that sense. And
so
I was
the
like,
POV
I wish...
was established, but we didn't get enough story out of it.
It felt like they were a team that had a lot of history, and I was missing
because
some
they're
of
the
it.
Eternals.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes I wish there were more just character moments and not just plot moments.
Yes.
Because it's a very plot-driven film.
Yeah.
Do
it's
you
a
wish
lot of
that you
go,
had
go, go,
read
go.
the comics?
No, because there were a lot of changes. I do wish, and this is something I said after we saw the movie, that Disney had taken advantage of the fact that they have Disney Plus and given each of the characters their own, 15-minute episode. Just call it, the Eternals Prelude, or, Where Are They? Whatever you want to call it. Just give each character their own,
Because it's tough.
quick 15-minute, here's who they are.
It's tough to just throw out a team film and expect every character to resonate with.
Right, it's tough to throw out a team film where the team has 10 members, all of them...
And 7,000 years of history.
Yeah, and all of them, none of them have names like Tony. There's no Iron Man, or it's Gilgamesh.
There's some pretty
and,
memorable names.
Yeah, Gilgamesh,
Icarus,
Cersei.
Cersei.
Yes. But it took me a minute, and I can remember who you're talking about as you say the name, but if you were name the Eternals, I'd be
I can.
Not a shot.
I think I can.
Try.
Icarus, Cersei, Phastos, Makari, Kingo, Druig, Sprite, Thena, Gilgamesh. I'm missing one. Who am I missing?
You're missing Salma Hayek's character.
Ajax.
Ajax.
Spelled with an X, so it should be Ajax, but whatever. I forgot what I was going to say now.
You've named all the Eternals.
I've named all the Eternals. Thank you. I'll take my trophy now. Thank you.
I also...
Okay, characters is gonna...
I'm trying to say things without spoiling
Characters
them,
is gonna tie... I'm gonna tie characters into plot, but of course I'm not gonna spoil anything.
How does it feel as a roller coaster?
It was interesting in the theater. I felt like it lagged sometimes. But when I read afterwards, what actually happened, and when I saw reviews that described the plot of the Eternals, beat by beat, I was like, wait a minute, this was actually a really, really fun ride. I just wish it was...
There's a lot of flashback.
As fun. As there should be.
Yes.
There should be.
But there were some moments...
Is that too much of a spoiler to say that there's flashbacks in the story?
It's told out of order.
Okay, so then on top of that, I wish, and I stand firm on this stance, I wish the story was told chronologically.
I don't still. I like the order the story was told in.
Or I wish a big portion of it was told chronologically. Then we jumped and then we had less flashbacks.
Yeah, I think put them more in groups rather than scene flashbacks, scene flashbacks, scene flashbacks. It was a lot of... You need this detail for the next scene.
Okay, I see. I hate that.
Okay.
There was one moment in particular that I felt like, you asked how the roller coaster was. I felt like the movie had a drop ready for me, and it got me to the drop and then really slowly lowered me down it and told me the whole drop, and then I got to the bottom and it was and we've dropped. And I was like, no, he didn't. You lowered me. I knew it was coming. It's not a surprise now.
Yeah, movies do that lately, huh?
Yeah.
I'm halfway through the movie, I'm like... And then at the end of the movie, I'm like...
It's a symptom, I think, of that same ideology that a lot of people have of I want to know the whole movie when I go in based on the trailer. Because some people just apparently don't like being surprised. They want, I want to know exactly what I'm going to get.
I will say, even with all the lore I knew of the Eternals, this movie still managed to surprise me.
Yes.
I see, sometimes I see advertisements for the Eternals that said, this is the movie that changes the Marvel Universe. And I was like, you guys are over-exaggerating. And then by the end of this movie, I'm like, you know what? maybe you're right.
Some things do happen. There
Some
are major
crazy
plays.
things happen.
There are
we were on the theater
plays.
like, whoa. Oof.
Cool.
Oof.
All right.
Oof.
Soundtrack?
Gorgeous.
Not memorable.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
The music was really good. It doesn't feel like Shang-Chi or Black Panther in terms of their kind of the power behind those soundtracks, but Eternals does have a really good score.
Yeah. Ramin Djawadi made the music. Same guy that made Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
cool.
we have Rob Stark and Kit Harington in this.
Love that. When you say
reunion.
Rob Stark and Kit Harington.
I'm sorry, Richard Madden and Kit Harington.
There you go.
Nice.
Angelina Jolie crushes it.
Yeah, of course.
There's a lot of good
Kumail
moments in this movie.
Nanjiani.
I really want.
Amazing,
I
so
really want
funny.
to see this movie.
Oh,
with you.
I have to shout out. I have to shout out one person in
Let's
particular
try to see it.
because he's not listed in like any of the.
Oh!
Like, what's his name? What's his name?
Yes.
Oh, Harry Styles.
The 11th secret.
The 11th Eternal.
The 11th Eternal, who is actually not an immortal.
Harish Patel. This man is so good and such an emotional, beautiful, like, heart of the film. Brings the humanity to it.
Seriously,
It just
good
deserves
stuff.
recognition.
Great.
Awesome.
Grading time.
Grading time.
Sure.
What do you rate it?
Having reflected, having stepped back, looking at it again, I think I'm going to put it at a 7 out of 10.
I think I'm gonna put it at a 6.5.
That's
Wow,
fair.
that's how we voted for Last Night in Soho.
All of what I will say is if you're one of those people that's review bombing this movie because you don't like the fact that there's diversity in your comic movie, you can go fuck yourself, you little incel. It's a good movie.
You went there.
Cool.
Do I edit that out? Jeremy, do you edit that out?
No. They
Leave
can
it.
fight me if they want. I'm gonna regret saying that at some point in my life.
Yeah, you might. All right. Yeah, that's all we have to say about the Eternals, I guess. Can't wait for Spider-Man.
Can't wait
next
to
movie!
show you. Can't wait for Spider-Man. Can't wait for the Hawkeye series coming soon.
Yeah, Hawkeye.
It's all gonna be great. Shall we move into what's coming out this week?
What's coming out this week?
I went through all the trailers with Jeremy and Jacob before the podcast, so we'll all have some comments on a lot of these things, but I'm going to try and rapid fire them. Going to try and give you a less than an hour episode, because we know these past two have been kind of long. We've been feeling it. We've been sitting on the couch for a while.
I mean, listen, I've been liking it. I'm not complaining too much about
No. I just know an hour is a long commitment, but it's not when you listen to it on the train as you can on Apple Podcasts or Spotify.
Or Google Podcasts, or frankly,
Anyway.
you stream.
Wherever.
Movies coming out. The Killing of Kenneth Chamberlain, which we talked about on Packcast 32.
That feels like so long ago.
It
Right?
was so
It was.
long ago.
Releases on HBO Max on Friday. So if you didn't get a chance to see that while it was in theaters, it's going to be on HBO Max. And go check out episode 32. Maybe there will be like a little button around my head that you can click to like see us talk about it. I don't know. I don't know how the editing of this show works anymore. Also coming out this week, we have The Power of the Dog, which is starring Benedict Cumberbatch, Kristen Dunst, Jesse Plemons, and Kodi Smit-McPhee.
Did you just say Kristen? Because I believe her name's Kirsten.
It's Kirsten. I'm so sorry.
It is Kirsten.
Which is starring Benedict Cumberbatch, Kirsten Dunst, Jesse Plemons, and Kodi Smit-McPhee. Directed and written by Jane Campion. Let me not butcher two names in a row.
Is it a CHAMP?
Well, I typed it out, so I'm trying to make sure that I didn't.
Matt Champion.
Campion.
Campion.
C-A-M-P. I wrote it out right. Jane Campion, based on the novel by Thomas Savage. This looks intense.
It does.
Benedict Cumberbatch being serious.
What does it mean to be a man?
What does it mean to
In
be
the West.
a man indeed in the
Stop
West?
making those rose crafts, boy.
I think this one's going to be good. I really want to see this. Also coming out this week, coming to Netflix, we have Bruised, starring Halle Berry, who directed it, written by Michelle Rosenfarb. It's about a disgraced boxer or MMA fighter coming back to her prime. Yeah, it looks intense. Halle Berry directing. I'm excited about that. She looks great. The combat looks cool. I think it's going to be fun. Yeah. I say this one because it's fun. The Princess Switch 3, Romancing the Stars, starring Vanessa Hudgens, and Vanessa Hudgens.
What?
Directed by Mike Roll and written by Robin Bernheim, yay female writers. It's a movie about Vanessa Hudgens being a queen, a princess, and a normal girl. It seems fun. Yeah, you know, who the audience for this is.
It didn't seem like the third was normal girl. It seemed like third was like queen of the
of the
undercrime,
underworld.
Of crime world. She's like, I have all the connections to the black market.
Speaking of people having connections, Ghostbusters Afterlife, which is the next generation of the Ghostbusters, directed by Jason Reitman, who wrote alongside Gil Kenan, based on the 1984 Ivan Reitman film by Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis. This one looks like a continuation of Ghostbusters in a really interesting, really fun new way. I'm excited about it. I think it looks like it really honors the original film and like moves us into a new chapter.
Yeah. In a way that like the last remake.
I wasn't gonna.
It has a very
I might have thought it.
Has a very J.J. Abrams, Steven Spielberg vibe.
Yeah, even the music was very like.
It's like, oh my god,
coming of age.
It's like, oh my god, I love Super 8.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it so feels like Super 8. If you haven't seen Super 8, see that movie. That's great. Also coming out this week, we have King Richard, directed by Ronaldo Marcus Green and written by Zach Balin. A black director. This movie stars Will Smith playing the father of Venus and Serena Williams. It looks very intense. Biopic movies always exciting. I am interested to see kind of where this film falls. It seems very in praise of King Richard, but I want to see like where it falls on the spectrum of like, did he push them too far? Was this more about him than them? It feels like it's very much a praising him movie, so I'll be interested to see what all happens with the film.
Good point.
Also coming out this week, which looks like a beautiful nephew-uncle film, because they're not father and son. Come On, directed and written by Mike Mills, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Woody Norman. It looks black and white, super sweet.
Super sweet.
Going across the country to say something.
And bond with your nephew.
Your nephew.
Bond with your nephew.
Come on. It looks good. I love a good Joaquin Phoenix
and also
movie.
like I'm gonna cry.
Oh, we're gonna weep. This movie's gonna break our heart. On a little bit of a lighter side, more fun, more adventurous, from Blackwell's collaborator, Aaron Dallavilla is starring in this movie, directed by Dan Lance. Alpha Rift is a modern superhero film. Aaron Dallavilla did Tucci and Jones with the Blackwell's Collective. He helped us create that series. He created the character of Tucci Badaducci and Vinny Venedici. We were having a blast with those characters, and I'm excited to see this movie coming out. Aaron's been talking about it for a while, so go check it out.
Check it out.
We also have She Paradise, which is directed by Maya Kozier, who wrote alongside Melina Brown. Looks like a dance film.
Dance hall,
soca.
Dancing's my passion.
I mean, I'm here for a good Dancing's My Passion movie,
too.
especially from a black woman director. Like, let's go.
Yeah, with a lot of that, like, that Trinidad culture, too.
Soca.
Yeah.
The director is from Trinidad.
Nice.
We have kind of, and you were saying it at the time, almost Crazy Rich Asian vibes coming from India, Sweets and Spice.
Yeah.
Directed and written by Geeta Malik, who is a female Indian
producers.
director. Yep. Female Indian director. Looks like another. I don't want to say it like it's like, oh, it's another one of these.
It's another Crazy Rich Asian.
It seems like a rich versus poor. What is it like to come from each world? How do you understand each other? How do you grow? And what does it mean to come from money and to not? So, looks super cool. Excited for that. And two more for you for this week. We have the one documentary coming out this week, Kurt Vonnegut, Unstuck in Time, a 25-year film about the writer of Slaughterhouse-5. If you've ever read that book in high school, as most American teenagers did, you know Kurt Vonnegut, you know his views on war and the price that it takes on that. So
we read that in like junior year.
Yeah, this is a whole reflection of
high school,
him and his life. So go enjoy that. It's directed by Robert B. Wide and Don Argot. The film's taken 25 years to make.
I think it's Whitey.
Whitey?
Yeah, I think he pronounced it Whitey in the trailer.
All right, Robert B. Whitey. Thank you. Yeah, go check out that movie. And last but not least, we have Birdman in the Kitchen, Boiling Point. directed by Philip Barantini, who wrote with James Cummings. A one-take film about a night of kitchen service. Looks like there's a Gordon Ramsay-esque character. Yeah. Looks very, very intense. Hell's Kitchen, kitchen nightmares. That, like, if you're into those kind of shows and you want to see that, but in one take, or
one continuous take. That's how they phrase it in the trailer.
One continuous appearing take. I will be in eager anticipation if it's actually I doubt it's a 2-hour one take, because those are next to impossible.
How do you get 2 hours of battery?
Yeah, that's so much. It's impossible.
I mean, yeah, there's
kind
the camera
cable the whole time. I guess,
like a generator.
They have multiple. They have battery packs on them. You know.
I don't know. They modded the camera.
Go check out those movies. Let us know what you're watching. There are even more movies in the description below. They are not on Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. So check them out. Show some love. And let us know what you're liking this week as we go into the weekend. That's it for stuff coming out. Shall we discuss the things that we've seen?
Yeah, what have you been liking this week, Logan?
What have I been liking this week? Well, Jacob, I'm so glad you asked. I just finished my first playthrough of Catherine Full Body. I got the good, true ending. So I am gonna go back and skip some cutscenes and try and get some different endings. I'm playing First Class... What's it called?
First Class Trouble.
First Class Trouble, which is an Among Us-like... was having a lot of fun on Mike last night, just being goofy and murdering each other, and that's been a blast. Knockout City, new dodgeball game, we had some fun with that. Apex Legends, having fun with that. I've gotten back into Sex Education. I have a lot of feelings about this new season. In a good way. I really like it. Watching You still, watching Succession still. Yeah. And then catching up on Critical Role, because somehow I'm already behind.
Those are long episodes.
They are. 4 hours.
Jeez.
I get it. It's a big commitment.
You know, I'm like, where was I? I was in hour 3 of episode 4 out of
Mostly
200.
I use it when I travel. It's just like if I'm going to be on a train.
Yeah, it's like podcast vibes.
Yeah, podcast vibes. I think that's what I've been watching this week. I really haven't watched anything else. We've been kind of busy.
Yeah.
I've been auditioning a lot, so
busy
thankful for that.
Jacob, what you been consuming?
Woo! Let me think. You season 3, still watching that.
Yep.
Really not much.
That's it. Just You season 3.
Yeah, I've been playing Red Dead 2.
Listening to anything?
No, really. I've been listening to Wes Montgomery.
Okay,
cool.
Nothing new, just some old jazz guitar.
Some old jazz.
Yeah.
You like jazz?
You like jazz? I like jazz.
I like jazz.
I like jazz too. I finally beat Neo: The World Ends With You.
Woo!
It was a really great game. I'm very happy.
Thinking of getting it.
Just borrow it from me, man.
Oh, word. You have the disc.
Or you know what? No, go support World Ends With You. More World Ends With You! Anyway, and I got a bunch of new games. I got Riders Republic. I got Far Cry 6. I got Mass Effect Legendary Edition, so I have a lot of games to play.
Alan Wake Remastered.
Which
we're
just
gonna
got
play together
today. Knockout City, First Class Trouble, Apex Legends, Red Dead Online. A lot of games, that's just me.
Yeah.
Watching Atlanta Season 2.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy stuff. Good stuff.
Robin season.
I love Donald Glover's just aesthetic overall.
The word genius gets thrown around a lot, but I would use it to describe him.
It's signature. You know, right? You just always know.
Yeah. Donald.
What else? I don't know. That's it. That's it. I'll just cap it there.
You played a lot of Super Smash this weekend.
Oh yeah.
When you had 16-0.
My little cousin said, "Come on, I'm gonna go beat you in Smash."
There was so much confidence, guys.
Yeah.
So much confidence.
And every time I won, I was accused of cheating.
There was a lot of cheating accusations.
You know, and I said, you know, what Super Smash cheat code is there? And he said up, down, left, right, and I was like, okay.
You
know
that
something.
BA start.
Yeah, and I was like, see, how would you know if you didn't cheat? And I was like, you got me there, bud. That was fun. I did get to play a lot of Smash.
Yeah.
Shout out your cousin.
Shout out my cousin.
We got no comments this week. Will Callahan was super awesome and commented Justin Bieber on my stay cover. If you do that, you'd be awesome too.
At Justin Bieber. At Justin Bieber.
But no comments on the podcast, so nobody to shout out this week. But if you're listening this far into the podcast, hey, guess what? I love you.
I'd like to shout out Alea Day.
Yeah!
If you're watching this, if you're listening to this.
If you've gotten this deep, Alea Day,
hey,
we haven't met, but I've heard so much about you and how great you are, so you're dope. Yeah, that's our podcast.
That's our podcast, guys.
Yep.
Less than an hour.
Whoop, there it is.
Whoop, there it is. Shall we sign out?
I'm Jeremy Van Suarez.
I'm Jacob Wade.
And I'm Logan Riley Bruner.
And skedaddle, y'all.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Skedaddle to the next Black Holes video.
It's over.
Go.
Why are you still... Go home.
Bye.
It's over.